Namaste, soul family. So this is another topic on dysfunctional parenting, and I've talked about this many times, but it is a continuous issue, especially within the Black community, and I'm gonna discuss in regards to which aspect. Now, I did talk about Any Justice series that I did, and I uploaded that to and I think I also made mention of it in my Karma series, I'm not sure. But you can watch them videos on my YouTube channel, The Grey Witch. That's Grey, Grey, that type of gray, that spelling gray, The Grey Witch. Okay? And y'all will see my picture, y'all know my picture. I think it's this picture for this Instagram account that's on it, because this Instagram synchronizes with the Grey Witch YouTube channel. Okay, and my Sky Goddess Infinity Inc with my Sky Goddess Infinity Inc YouTube channel. Okay, so alright, let's get into what I want to say. So as the secret watcher, the hermit, I've been observing a lot of toxic patterns within the Black community, and it's just something that's infuriating. It makes me very angry and furious, and because it just makes no logical or spiritual sense. And spiritual is logical in its own sense. Okay, it makes no, what I want to say, physical or spiritual sense, which is to say logical sense. And if you think on what I'm about to say, you too will realize, especially if you are a part of the Black community from, the Black ethnic group, you would realize that, hey, that is so true. That makes no sense, because especially for parents within my age group and younger or a little older, we raise our children differently. And the truth is, each generation has its own frequencies, and this is in an astrological sense, Western astrology, Chinese astrology, okay, because each year and there's its own frequency, and there's a cyclic frequency. Like we're now in a 12-year cycle that I've discussed many times. Go and listen to my videos on my Sky Goddess Infinity YouTube channel, in which I talk about this 12-year cycle and the energies we can expect to play out. But like, especially like I spoke about the baby boomers, like they were like the selfish kind of parents coming out of poverty and extreme lack, and being not just coming out of poverty, because like most of us were born in poverty and came from poverty, but the difference is the frequencies were, the frequencies we were born under, and also our frequencies and our own innate frequencies and aspects in regards to our, not just Chinese astrological frequencies, but also Western, and Eastern astrological frequencies. Okay, that's just pretty much like the general astrology that most of us are used to. So a lot of people my age group, a little younger and a little older, were born from parents who weren't really parents. They didn't really know how to be parents. They were more like that Gemini frequency, like a pupil or a sibling. And a lot of them were really competitive, and they were just not how parents should be, very dysfunctional. And even though a lot of them are, religious nuts, let me just say that it's not that they are wise or they're sages. It's just that they don't have much intuition, and so they don't trust themselves. And that's why they rely on these so-called ministers and pastors to guide them. Whilst my generation, we rely on our intuition and spirit, which is real, to guide us, because we are more faithful and we are more believers, we are more trusting. You understand what I'm trying to say? So, they're like babies. A lot of us, the parents that, the dysfunctional parents we've had, we're like babies. And the only difference is, for a lot of us, is that isn't in regards to their placements and aspects. So they could have been born with, aged placements, like especially in their moon or rising, that really makes them set apart from the rest of the baby boomers in terms of their babiness, mental childishness, and that's like a few of us parents, few of yous, let me say yous, because I don't resonate with that upbringing, because like sometimes even your natal chart tells you the type of relationship you will have with your parents, or your parents, whether it's going to be a mature, functional one in which they play their role as parents, their roles as parents, or if it's going to be kind of codependent, toxic, dysfunctional, where in which you are basically your own parent, as in my case. Okay? And I'm not talking about in a financial sense, though that too, but mostly I'm talking about in regards to, mental guidance, true blue authentic guidance. I'm not talking about forcing you to depend upon others like so-called ministers or pastors like they do, but I'm talking about wise life lessons that they've learned that they can really teach you, not other people's lessons, or not what the pastor said or the minister said, but what they have gathered from life. You understand what I'm trying to say? And I'm going to talk about this, but I'm going to get in depth where this is concerned in another video, okay?